I might as well just stand here for a minute till it's my turn. Are we on? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity in Naperville. We're so grateful to have you join us this morning, both online and in the room, and in the cafe. Welcome, welcome. I haven't met you yet, I'm Kity Benson. I'm the minister here at Unity, and I'm just checking with my sound people to make sure they're okay and we're okay. We're all good today. So thank you for being part of our group today, and thanks to Highest Good for bringing their joyous music with them. Thank you so much. And, well, I'll tell you about that in a little bit. So one of the first things we like to do here at Unity is sing. So if you like to sing on your feet, this would be a great time to stand. Otherwise, stay seated and let's get started.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Ready.
Oh! Time to say yes to Spirit. This very day, this very hour, I claim my good. I say yes to the power within me. This very second, I pay attention to the inner voice that beckons, the inner voice that beckons me. Let's sing that again. Oh! This very day, this very hour, I claim my good. I say yes to the power within me. This very second, I pay attention to the inner voice that beckons, the inner voice that beckons me. And I say yes, Spirit, yes, 1,000 times. Yes, Spirit, yes, 1,000,000 times, yes. Yes, Spirit, yes, 1,000,000 times, yes. May I always say yes to the inner voice that beckons, the inner voice that beckons me. This very day, this very hour, I claim my good. I say yes to the power within me. This very second, I pay attention to the inner voice that beckons, the inner voice that beckons me. And I say yes, Spirit, yes, 1,000 times, yes. Yes, Spirit, yes, 1,000,000 times, yes. Yes, Spirit, yes, 1,000,000 times, yes. May I always say yes to the inner voice that beckons, the inner voice that beckons me. And I say yes, Spirit, yes, 1,000 times, yes. Yes, Spirit, yes, 1,000,000 times, yes. Yes, Spirit, yes, 1,000,000 times, yes. May I always say yes to the inner voice that beckons, the inner voice that beckons me. I say yes. saying yes to? That is always the question, isn't it? That's why we say yes to what is true. We say yes to what we know in our hearts. And in order to say yes, we keep our hearts and minds set on those things. Let's sing the verse together. My thoughts create
The world I'm living in, the word takes shape in the form I'm giving it.
my thoughts
Create the world I'm living in, the word takes shape in the form I'm giving it.
So whatever is pure, whatever is right, whatever is beautiful in God's sight, whatever is good, whatever is kind, whatever loveliness I find. Oh, I think upon these things. 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 My thoughts
create the world I'm living in, the word takes shape in the form I'm giving it.
So whatever is pure, whatever is right, whatever is beautiful in God's sight, whatever is good, whatever is kind, whatever loveliness I find. Oh, I think upon these things. 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 Oh, yes. Whatever is pure, whatever is right, whatever is beautiful in God's sight, whatever is good, whatever is kind, whatever loveliness I find. Oh, I think upon these things. I think upon these things. I think upon these things. I think upon these things.
Little different today. Our opening prayer is going to be the daily word for mothers. And if you're familiar with the daily word, it starts off with a word for the day, and today's word is mother's blessing. And the affirmation for today is, I honor and bless the world's mother. So I just invite you to close your eyes and hold this idea in consciousness. Today, I offer a blessing of gratitude for the loving, nurturing spirit of mothers. I bless my mother and those who have shared a mother's love by supporting me throughout my life. I think of the many ways they've been present for me over the years, with unconditional acceptance and love. I envision all the mothers, grandmothers, and caregivers throughout the world surrounded by love and light. For those in my life, I take time to express my appreciation with words and gifts and time together. To mothers-to-be, I prayerfully affirm health and ever-deepening joy. To mothers no longer in the world, I hold them in loving prayer and hold thoughts of joy and gratitude. I bless their souls' ongoing journeys, knowing bonds of love keep their memories alive. From Proverbs 31:28, her children rise up and call her happy. I honor and bless the world's mothers, and so it is. And now will you join me in our invocation? The words are up here on the screen. Together, there's only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Thank you. You may be seated.
I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God.
What a perfect day for that song. I think you could kind of pick up the words on your own, even if we didn't have them on the screen, right? Yes. One with the heart of the mother. We associate, it's kind of fun to talk about this on Mother's Day. We think of God as both masculine and feminine. And so we sometimes refer to God as the mother versus the father. And we also associate the divine feminine with the energy of love and the divine masculine with the energy of wisdom. Wisdom. So masculine, wisdom, feminine, love, all coming from one presence and one power. Good to know that we access those qualities, whether we are in a female or a male body, we access both of those qualities from that one presence. So thank you for that beautiful song. Love that. So I'm just checking in, first of all, to see if anyone here has had any problems to solve this week. One or two, maybe, problems. Typically when you think about solving a problem, let's say it has something to do with money, then I would say that the majority of us, when we're trying to solve a money problem, what we do is we reach out to something or someone out here that can solve that for us, like maybe a loan or getting a job, going to mom or dad, breaking open your 401k a little early, paying a penalty, whatever it is. We're looking outside of ourselves for that solution. Oftentimes when we are feeling illness in the body, we are reaching out to doctors and to medicine, or at least maybe vitamins, or we do something physical with our bodies, right? When we're struggling in a relationship, oftentimes when we're trying to resolve that conflict, we kind of expect them to get on board and help come up with a solution. We expect someone to behave differently so we can be happy. And again, we're reaching outside of ourselves for the solution. So that's all coming typically because we're used to living in a physical world and we're living in a physical body and we see ourselves as human beings. So it's normal for us to want to solve our problems that way. And what if we're not all just physical? Myrtle Fillmore, or one of our co-founders of Unity, was having a very physical problem in her body. She was facing death, and the doctors had only given her 6 months to live. And she had been reaching for all kinds of physical solutions, everything from doctors and medicine, and who knows what kind of treatments they were coming up with in 1880. But again, was reaching outside of herself to change her physical makeup with physical solutions until, listen up, until she became a metaphysician. A metaphysician. And discovered principles that really weren't physical. They were metaphysical principles. So this metaphysician, we described last week from Catherine Collott's description. She says a metaphysician studies the fundamental nature of existence and how to change physical reality by working with the principles, powers, and things that underlie it, especially the mind or psyche, using the mind or psyche to deal with physical things, drawing on those principles of spirit that are invisible to address the visible problems in our life. That's what a metaphysician does. And the fact that you're sitting here today makes me think that maybe you're open to that idea, to become a metaphysician, because it's really the highest and best solutions to everything that we are dealing with in our physical problems. Now, here's the good news. You're already using metaphysical principles. Yay, we don't. The problem is we're misusing them. Myrtle discovered she was misusing these metaphysical principles most of her life. And we kind of call that metaphysical malpractice in this particular vein of thinking. So this is an opportunity. Once she figured out how metaphysical principles were meant to be used, her practices is what gave birth to the unity movement. It's what we are continuing to learn about and apply in our everyday lives here, because we're reminding ourselves that the metaphysics in this universe is God expressing. So when you hear me use the word metaphysician or metaphysics, think spirit, think God. It's all the same thing. And it's really what this positive path for spiritual living is, that unity is all about. Expressing God from within out, revealing that divine potential, following divine laws. So today, we're going to look specifically at how to use these metaphysical principles safely. I know it seems like it should have a warning label on metaphysical principles, but hopefully we'll just learn a little bit more today and learn how to get the results that the Creator had in mind when it began to express itself as laws and principles in the universe. So the first thing I want us to do is just take a minute to assess our state of the union. Right now, you have your own state of the union. What is your state of union with God right now? How's your life going? How does it feel to you? Are you feeling like you're expressing mostly God, mostly wisdom, mostly love, mostly creativity, mostly peace, mostly joy? That's communion that we talked about last week, oneness with that divine presence. But if you're like most human beings, most of our week is filled with worry, conflict, judgment, upset, lack, limitation of some kind in the body. So this is an opportunity for us to just check in and see where we're at, so we know how much work there is to do, and we're becoming aware of that which is the outer problem that needs to be corrected. Now, I know you're probably thinking life is hard. Even Jesus told us that in this world there would be tribulation, Kity, so I should expect things to be hard, and it has been hard, and I don't have control over everybody. I can't just tell my boss what to do on a bad day. I can't just tell the economy how to behave. COVID came and went. I could do nothing about that, remember? I can't even control my kids, so I can't control my old age. I can't control how my body behaves when it gets old. For the most part, it's just one bad thing after another. Does that sound like you by any chance? Sounds like most humans. Probably not you. So if it is, I'm just saying, yay, you're here today. We're going to talk a little bit more about that operating manual and how to use metaphysical principles for good. If anybody had a reason for complaining, it was Myrtle. From a little girl, she had symptoms, illness, weakness in the body, and then she had her parents over her shoulder saying, yes, you were born this way, you got it from the family line, it's probably just going to follow you throughout life, and those symptoms did follow her throughout life. She began to see doctors on a regular basis who weren't really doing anything for her until she got to that point where they said, you probably have about 6 months to go. And that's when she began to explore metaphysical principles and discovered that there was more to this universe and her own being than she had been led to believe. And she began to learn the primary law that was something she'd been misusing. Here it is up here on the screen. Myrtle said, our affairs, think all the activities of our life, are just an extension of consciousness. And as a man thinks in his heart, so is he in the mind, body, and affairs. Whatever we think of ourselves, others, and the world in general makes conditions and draws them to us. So what is it? Whatever we think. That means we're using our mind. That's a metaphysical tool, our mind, to think and then create, to draw to us. That's the core metaphysical principle, that as we think, so we are. It's our third principle in unity, that we create our life experiences through our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Now here she goes on to say, there is no such thing as bad luck or chance in our lives. Everything is based on law, the law of cause and effect. Okay, now does anybody want to argue with that? There is no chance, maybe no luck, but no chance? Does that mean that everything is predetermined? Is that what she means? No, that's not what she means. But this law that is causing things to happen is something that we control. Control in that we direct. It's working all the time based on how we are directing it with our thoughts. Now, there's a law in the realm of physics, in the physical universe, of cause and effect. And up here on the screen, it's described as for every movement of energy, there's a corresponding effect. And we probably know that. You know, you stand on top of a building and you drop a ball, it's going to go several stories down and hit the ground. There's a law there. The cause was letting the ball go. It weighs so much. There's an effect of gravity. It pulls it down. So that's what the cause of an effect is in physics. Now let's look at it through the eyes of metaphysics. And Jesus taught it. For the measure you give will be the measure you get back. Paul, the apostle, said, you shall reap whatever you sow. Ralph Waldo Emerson, who was one of those transcendentalists that Myrtle and Charles learned from, called it the law of laws. And he had a law of compensation that he wrote about that was very similar. He said, each person is compensated in like manner for that which he or she has contributed. You will always be compensated for your efforts and for your contribution, whatever it is, how much or however little. Just take that in for a minute. The law of cause and effect is a neutral law. It is not that everything that happens to us is predestined, because we use the law according to our what? Our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs. That law is neutral. It's meant to provide for our good. It's actually God expressing the law of cause and effect is. So how we get it to work for our good is to be conscious of it and to use it on purpose. And that's something that Myrtle discovered is done through our free will, another law. I've heard a lot of teachers, and I've heard especially lately a lot of teachers talking about this law of free will, that each one of us have free will and no one else can take it from us. And we're not necessarily talking about no one can do something against me. Our law of free will says I can choose how to think about what you do against me. And I can choose how to respond based on what you do against me. So this law of free will, from Myrtle's point of view, she describes up here on the screen, my outer world corresponds to my consciousness, and I have total control of my consciousness. Will you read that sentence with me? My outer world corresponds to my consciousness, and I have total control of my consciousness. She says, my life is controlled by what takes place within the mind. So let's put a diagram up here on the screen that will blow that mind of yours. I literally was just looking up someone's definition of the law of cause and effect, and this popped up. I know. So down at the bottom, it says iqmatrix.com. If you want to, for $5, get yourself one of these printouts and just play with it. There's all kinds of docs that go along with it. So just go to iqmatrix.com and look up the law of cause and effect, because they've got a lot of different terms there. But it's working in a few different neighborhoods here. The law, consider this big dominoes falling over in the center as the law, and we can look at it here as no accidents, and let me give you all the proof to that. Or you can look at it over here to the right. This is what the law does and how it expresses. Or over here to the left up in the corner is, let's analyze this law and all the things that come from that. Let's look for a minute down here in the bottom left corner. The free choice, same thing as free will. So I know you probably can't read these, but if we start from the center and it says free choice, I can barely read it. Has created, and then it branches off, has created learned thoughts, learned behaviors, learned responses, learned reactions, learned interpretations of life and events. That's one way that it goes. Or free choice means you can unlearn thoughts, reactions, behaviors. Free choice means you can become proactive conscious, or a proactive thinker, or a conscious thinker. And then up towards the top, it says free choice means you choose how to interpret and experience your emotions. You choose to behave in accordance with how you think about yourself, the world, others, and events. You could just sit and meditate on one little branch here for an hour or two to notice how many choices we have with free will and where it is that we want to step in and say, oh, I'm in charge of this. I can choose something differently than this. Our will, our free will, becomes the cause of cause and effect. You should know that. That's important. My free will becomes the cause, which creates an effect. So good news, you have free will. Bad news is you don't really realize the effect of using it. But it's what produces what we end up believing, feeling, thinking, understanding. All of that, is all going on in the mind. And the good news is no one else has the power to tell you how to think or how to feel. So if we use that mind, and this is all about disciplining the mind today, if you repeat a free will choice over and over and over again, it takes up residence in that subconscious level of thinking, and then it becomes a habit, where suddenly it's happening even without you even thinking about it. Your response to a certain initiative out here in the world keeps repeating, almost like an addiction where you can't help yourself. It feels like you've lost your free will, and you just keep expressing over and over again the same thing. So it's like when you groove into a record and that song keeps playing, we don't know how to turn it off, for the most part. And as those same ideas repeat over and over in us, we start to become, in essence, whatever it is. So think about personality in general, and think of someone that when you're near them, you know before you even get together how they're going to behave. Because they are, in essence, a grumpy person. They are, in essence, a judgmental person. They are, in essence, a fearful person. They are, in essence, intolerant. They are, in essence, greedy. Perhaps we are, in essence, something that is not serving us. That comes way back when we made a free will choice, and then we made it again, and then we made it again because we believed that out here had control over us, and we were going to change that as best we could. How's that working for you? Yeah, not all that great. So here's what Myrtle says about that. No one, not even God, can change you or your circumstances so long as you insist upon looking at and thinking of and worrying about yourself and your problems. Get this. Your problems do not exist except in your own mind. Hold on. If we fail to put forth effort to free the subconscious from false beliefs, we will be dominated by the carnal mind. Okay, so let's back up because I know you're all freaking out right now. My problems don't exist? How can you say that when my body is sick? My problems don't exist? How can you say that when I can't pay my mortgage this month? So I don't think she's saying that they're not actually these activities like less money than you need to pay. You have less money than you need to pay. That could be happening. Or you have symptoms in the body. That could be happening. But the problem label is yours to put on it. Do you see what I'm saying? That may be happening, but you can choose whether to look at it as a problem or an opportunity. A problem or a challenge, a growth opportunity. You get to choose whether, maybe that it's in contrast to what you want, but that doesn't mean it has to be a problem, because as soon as we hear that word, why do we call something a problem? We don't know how to solve it. We don't like it. Fear, perspective. It's basically that we've kind of attached the problem to something, again, outside of ourselves, whether it's a person that's causing our problem and we feel like they have power over us, or it's a source that's run dry and you feel like that's your only source. That's when we label it a problem. And we usually don't just name it a problem, we feel problem, right? We start to get those negative emotions going with it that include fear and anger. So, again, here's what Myrtle says. As soon as you withdraw your thoughts and feelings from the things which you have invited and built up, they will fall flat and dissolve. So let me just work with that for a minute. When she says, withdraw your thoughts and feelings from the things which you have invited and built up, we invite and build up when we look at them as problems. We are giving it power. We are naming it bigger than me. We are claiming that there is no good here and I can't get past this. That's what she means by building up and inviting in. So she's saying, what do we have to do? Withdraw our thoughts and feelings from that idea of problem. And then they fall flat and dissolve. It's not that the situation, it may or may not go away, but the force of it, the power of it, dissolves. She says, by abiding in God mind, you will build a new world of peace, joy, wholeness, and success according to the direction of Christ ideas. So we've got this realm of ideas in our mind, in the subconscious, of past experience that's usually about problems and limitations, but we also have what we call the superconscious mind in us, which is the God mind, the Christ mind. It's a realm of divine ideas, and it's always giving of itself if we will listen for them, if we will look for them. So when she says the answer is abiding in God mind, it's simply directing our thoughts in the direction of God and what we think of God and what we know to be God. We sang a song this morning we've sung many times before, to think upon these things. Whatever is, what are some of our words? Whatever is true, whatever is good, whatever is kind, beautiful, all those are qualities of God we want to look at. We want to hold as being present in us right now. Direct our mind this way. When Myrtle and Charles began their ministry, which they really didn't intend for it to be a ministry or churches or anything like that, they just wanted people to know that God was present in them and there were divine qualities in them that they could apply to their everyday bodies and lives. And in doing that, they were praying for themselves and for other people. So people got together with them at 10 o'clock every night, and they started to make that a practice. At 10 o'clock every night, come to the Fillmore's house, and they would give you a class thought. Well, that got so popular that not everybody could get there, so they started mailing out, okay, the class thought for May is, and they would send it out to everybody, and this class thought was something that they would all hold in consciousness together as a group, silently, that described the nature of God in their lives. And I want us to read that very first class thought together up here on the screen. God is all goodness and everywhere present. God is the loving creator, and I am an expression of God's attributes of life, love, truth, and intelligence. In God is all health, strength, wisdom, and harmony. And as God's creation, all these become mine by a recognition of the truth that God is all. We've talked about God is all many times here, but this is the core of metaphysics, that nothing physical would exist if that which is metaphysical, spiritual, weren't underneath sustaining it. And we can either look at the end result of the physical and material, or we can remember the spiritual, invisible power beneath it. That is the reality, not the physical. Yes, physical will come and go, but it doesn't have power over us. So one of the things that she's trying to get us to understand is God has given us power to control our thinking. It is the mind, part of God mind, that has the ability to choose our thoughts. And Myrtle found health. She bypassed the 6-month death sentence and went on to live another 40 years because she disciplined her mind to think like God. Now, I just used the word discipline. How many of you had a positive reaction to that? Disciplining the mind. Way to go, Juliet. Disciplining the mind. John. Quick. We won't talk about that. No, they came first. Christian Science came before Myrtle. Yeah, two different organizations. And 10 o'clock was because they worked long days, and that was the most quiet time for them to get together. So when she says, discipline your mind, the ego immediately says, no. I like it just the way it is. It's getting me exactly what I need, even though it's not really. And I don't want to work hard. I don't want to try something new. I don't want to step out into something I don't understand or know how to do. It's too scary out there. I'm just going to keep doing whatever I feel like doing. So as we continue to do what we feel like doing, see what the end results bring up for you, and if they feel good. If they don't, it means that we've got some work to do. The question really is, how badly do you want to be made whole? As Jesus asked the man by the pool for 38 years. Do you really want to be made whole? Do you really want to succeed? Do you really want to know love? Do you really want to find solutions and thrive? Honestly, our best thinking got us to the point where we're at right now. Our best thinking got us here. How's it working for you? Does it require a shift in consciousness to get a different result? So this is where we can't solve the problem at the same level of consciousness that created it. This is where we have to make a shift and train ourselves to think the truth about ourselves and about our lives. And the truth is, I'm spirit, and the divine qualities are within me. Now, the subconscious mind is going to hold on to your past for as long as you're in the body. That's the way that it works. Things happen, it goes in subconscious, then it reminds you, hey, this happened, don't let that happen again. Make a different choice, be safe. That's the kind of thing it's doing all the time. It's holding on to your past. The conscious mind, when the subconscious throws up, do this bad thing. The conscious mind can either just follow along blindly and do whatever the subconscious tells it to, and by the way, I think it's 95% of our day, that's what we do. Subconscious brings it up, and 95% of the time we say, okay, I'll do that stupid thing again. That's one option. Or the conscious mind can notice, ooh, that doesn't feel good. It doesn't sound like God. Can notice in that moment and say, let me rethink this. Let me choose again. Let me think about God here in this moment and how God is experiencing this. So it's choosing in the moment which way we want to think. It's focusing on God's love and substance and wisdom and goodness until we start to become an essence of love and wisdom and substance and goodness. And now we're radiating those frequencies, because everything's energy and our thoughts are energy, and we're sending out a signal to the universe, I'm love, I'm love, I'm love, I'm love. And look, there's love. Oh, there's love. Oh, love is everywhere. We become a magnet for what it is that we're being. That's the way the law of cause and effect works. Discipline the mind to notice when we're making bad choices. Choose again to think like God, as God, until you feel those qualities of God and watch them reproduce in your life. Now, you don't have to think so much about the material that you want. Like, it's very common when we're short on money to think about money, 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 money. But what if instead of money, we focus on the spiritual metaphysical principle of money, which is what? What's our S word? Substance. Look at you. All right. So substance is what God is. It's spiritual energy that we then mold and form into money, job, whatever it is. But our primary work in consciousness is not to focus on a job, because as soon as you start shooting your thoughts over towards job, you immediately have the subconscious say, there's a shortage, you're not trained, nobody's going to want you. But if you shift over here and think about God, substance, everywhere present, subconscious has got nothing. It can't say a thing about that. The truth is, God is everywhere present, and my substance is everywhere present, and it becomes what I need. So I'm just going to sit here and think about that. And let the universe fill in the details. Let the universe bring the job. Let the universe point you in the right direction. It will give you instruction. It's all about disciplining the mind to be open to it. Here's what Myrtle says. Material things may come and go, But the ideas back of externals always remain as living realities capable of becoming manifest in this physical world. Train your spiritual vision to see only perfection, and it will become so substantial in your consciousness that it will take form in your body and affairs also. That's powerful. Did you see that? The things of the material world come and go, but ideas are eternal and infinite. And if we give our attention to those, we begin to see them manifest in our body. So Myrtle talked about being a time in meditation as she's starting to learn these principles. And body not behaving the way that she wanted it to. Instead of thinking of, okay, if I just think about the right medication for this. No, she went in consciousness and she began to imagine freedom and wholeness, which is what God is. Freedom and wholeness and well-being. And as she held that, she began to see in her mind's eye how she would be living if she were free and whole in her body. And suddenly she literally had the results of freedom and wholeness expressing in her body. Right there in meditation, she went from illness to wellness by shifting her mind towards the qualities of God that produce that in the body. So let me finish with one last thing that Myrtle says about treatment. She says the treatment is to turn one's attention to God, the indwelling Lord, with the happy assurance that all old, disappointing things are dropping away, and the healing, peace-giving, joy-filling, prosperous ideas of God's what? Love, life, and substance, those are the things we focus on, are filling the mind and heart, quickening new energies in the body and affairs. That's the treatment. To experience the goodness of life, we are coming back to God and focusing on the source underneath it, the metaphysical principles that support the physical principles of our life. Did any of that make sense? Okay, so part of our work then in meditation, which we're going to do right now, is to give our attention to that truth. I'm going to take that class thought into meditation, and we can just meditate on that because I said so. I just have to find it. Any second now, it's going to come out. Free will. There it is. All right. Because we have free will. That's right. Okay. Oh, you guys, you crack me up. Let's just relax for a minute. Sometimes it's hard to get our attention on God and all God's goodness when we haven't even stopped to slow the body down. So let's just give a moment to what we're feeling, the state of the union in our bodies. And if we can't immediately sense a deep, relaxing peace, then you might just want to scan through your body and see where there's something unlike peace. And we might notice, what brought it up, but don't go too far into that. Just notice how it feels. From the top of your head to the tip of your toes. And when you run across anything tense, just behold God life and God peace in those areas. You might want to just take a breath and breathe in peace to those areas. Feel your shoulders dropping, your hands opening. Let Mother Earth support you, and all of your weight, just let it drop into Mother Earth, resting in your chair. Sense the energy of your body as God energy. God is all goodness. And that goodness is everywhere present. God is the loving creator. Everywhere present. I feel that love filling my body. Every cell of my body is feeling that love. And now that love is pouring through me and out into the world around me. I am an expression of God's attributes of love. God lives and loves through and as me. I feel my heart opening and allowing the love that sees only good in myself and everyone around. I'm an expression of God's life. Health, well-being, I'm an expression of God vitality, renewal, strength. I'm an expression of God's attribute of truth. I know what is real, absolute, the one power and presence. It is the core of my being. I am expressing God truth here and now. I'm an expression of God's intelligence. Divine ideas come to my awareness easily, regularly. The right solution, the right choice. Whatever I seek, I find. For every question, God answers. In God, here and now, is all health and strength. In God, here and now, is wisdom and harmony. And as God's creation, all these truths become mine, as I know that God is all. God is the truth of my being, now and always. And so I let it be. Amen. Just keep checking in this week. The state of your union. What feels good? What doesn't feel good? What's the truth about God in me? Practice, practice, practice. Disciplining the mind. That's how we work with the law of cause and effect. And this is the time in our service where we receive our tithes and love offerings. Another opportunity to remind ourselves of who is our source and all the good that we have received from this infinite source. As we give, so we receive. That's the law of cause and effect. If you're watching online, we depend on your gifts as much as those who come into our building. So thank you for giving today through our website at unityinnaperville.org. Or if you'd like to mail a check to our P.O. Box 9733 in Naperville, and the zip is 60567. Most importantly, we bless what we give. Just notice this law that you're setting in motion right here. Your words associated with your feelings and beliefs are a cause that will bring back the effect. So let's speak these words together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. Thank you. Ushers, will you come? And while the ushers are coming this morning, I have something else I wanted to share with you. This is, come on, ushers. We're going to let you be doing your thing while I'm talking. Multitasking. We're using, I say the Board of Trustees. Go ahead, just keep doing your thing like I'm not even saying a word. The Board of Trustees has named May as our month of intentional giving. If you've been around for a while, you know that we have done that in the past, and then we'd have a fundraiser, so we'd set it aside. So we're beginning our new fiscal year, and in this year, we're inviting you to create intentional giving. And it's something that says, I choose this spiritual community as my community. I choose to not only receive from it on a regular basis as I grow spiritually, but I also choose to give to it in order for it to continue to do what it does and support those that we're not seeing here today. The many that watch online, but also the many that come and go and learn and grow. So we're inviting each of you to join us in intentional giving. And our assistants will be handing out brochures as you leave today that explain what it is. And there's also a form inside that we're asking everyone to fill out, front and back, as to what you can commit to giving over the next, our next fiscal year ends in March. So between now and March, what would you like to give on a monthly basis? How many of you were able to attend our annual meeting? Okay, if you missed our annual meeting, let me just remind you that we discovered, based on our new budget for this year, that we will be spending around $240,000 before the year is over. And if everyone were to give, and we'll say 90 people were to give on a regular basis, that's roughly $200 to $220 a month, just so you have a feel. Now, we know that some may not be able to give $220 a month yet, and we also know others may be able to give even more. So I'm just going to invite you to spend time in prayer, discipline your mind to put it towards your source of good, and just seek Spirit's guidance on what yours is to give this year. And then if you would just fill out the monthly amount on your commitment card, there's a box out in front, there's envelopes out in front that you can leave it in so that hopefully by the end of May, we can have everyone's card back. Thank you for your generosity and for your love for your spiritual community, because you're the only way we can be doing this. Thank you for that. And let's sing one of our favorite songs to remind us of this good, shall we?
so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Thank you so much. That was great. Hi, good morning. I'm Liz, and I'm going to be giving you your morning announcements.
Good morning, Liz.
If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We're glad you're here. Please complete an orange registration card at the welcome table and leave at the info table. We'll keep you posted about upcoming events. Virtual newcomers can sign up for the weekly e-news at unityinnaperville.org. We invite our online viewers to join Reverend Kity today, 10 minutes after the service, for our backroom discussion. Find the Zoom link on the event calendar at unityinnaperville.org. Monday morning Metaphysics meets tomorrow online at 10:30 a.m. They're reading The Power of Decision by Raymond Charles Barker. Newcomers are welcome. This Tuesday is the final week for the online class, A Walk in the Physical, at 6:30. No previous attendance is necessary. See how to read the book free and register in advance by Tuesday, 6 p.m. at unityinnaperville.org, and Reverend Kity will email the Zoom link. Join us Friday at 7 p.m. for Bob Marley, One Love Movie Night. Doors open at 6:30 p.m., so you have plenty of time to chat, grab popcorn and a drink before the movie starts at 7. Love offering will be received. Prayer chaplain training with Reverend Kity will be held next Sunday, May 19th at 12:15 p.m. at Unity. Sign up in the front room or email revkitty@unityinnaperville.org. Join Rev Kity for monthly Monday meditation on Zoom. She's busy. May 20th at 7 p.m. We'll try out different styles of meditation each month with time for feedback and Q&A. Access the Zoom link through event calendar. Aging with Spirit meets with Reverend Kity Saturday, May 25th at 10 a.m. Email admin@unityinnaperville.org or sign up in the front room. Suggested love offering $10 to $20. Our prayer chaplain today is Carol.
Thanks, Carol.
Carol, you're the best. They can pray with you in the prayer room or after the service, or email your name and photo to prayer@unityinnaperville.org. Chaplain will call you today by 1 p.m. For all details on all of our events, see the event calendar at unityinnaperville.org. Happy Mother's Day to my mom and to everybody out there. Thank you. Did you want to have another one? Okay, she wants another one, everybody. Come on, Kity.
Just think back 17 years ago when it really was all Kity all the time. So got a lot of helpers now. Let me just say one other thing. So how many of you are coffee lovers? You come in for our new cafe that is just beautiful out there. And we've got 4 new Keurig machines. And turns out Keurig coffee is a little bit more expensive than that big can of tasteless coffee. So we're just going to invite people to donate $1 every time that they get a cup of coffee. And we're going to kind of ease our way into that. If you were at the annual meeting, you got a free coffee club card to get you started. We're going to wait until June to actually start receiving this, but I'm just trying to warm you up to the idea. And we're going to sell coffee club cards. You get six coffee cups for $5. So you can either pay $1 at the counter starting in June, or if you want to get a card, go to the info table and Susan can help you with that. Is Susan here? Okay, so I can find somebody to help you, I'm sure. So just getting you to feel the goodness of all that and appreciate your support in this. And do we have one last song we're singing? Okay, you want to stand as you're able, and we'll have one more round.
We sing this blessing out into the world. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. Sing it again. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. May you be well, yes, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. To all of my relations, I bow to you. We are all related. A common thread runs right through, and we can sing this simple song for the ones in pain. And we sing for the suffering. May these words melt their pain away. Send it out to the world right now. Oh, may you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. That's right, online. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. One more, here we go. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved.
Here's our closing affirmation up here on the screen. Together, my thoughts create my world, and no one controls my thoughts but me. How you feel about that? Do we need to say it again? Let's say it one more time. All right, one more time. My thoughts create my world, and no one controls my thoughts but me. Before you leave today, would you please find someone you haven't met yet, or you can't remember their name, and just ask them how you feeling about today's message. Join us out front for some Keurig coffee and some treats. Have a great week, everyone. I'm sure I'll see you somewhere along the line. Love you guys.
And indeed, thank you again online for being with us. My thoughts create the world I'm living in. The word takes shape in the form I'm giving it. My thoughts create the world I'm living in. The word takes shape in the form I'm giving it. So whatever is pure, whatever is good, whatever is kind, whatever loveliness I find. Oh, I think upon these things. I think upon these things. And we're gonna end it here. I think upon these things. Ending. Yeah. Woo! Thank you, Hyatt's good.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.